This time, on Highway Thru Hell,
That is crazy.
raging waters
The whole road is covered over.
and winter rains
Brutal.
threaten Jamie's yard.
That could devastate us.
A tough jackknife
I've got to get this trailer around.
tests Rick
We cannot damage the fuel tanks.
and Brandon.
Oh, there goes the bumper.
And Al
Ever watch Roy Rogers?
goes fishing
The Loch Ness Monster.
to stop a flood.
We're gonna stop that cable.
Did anybody get an update on Highway 1 from Hope to Treachorous?
A soggy night in BC's Fraser Valley.
Raining hard here.
And a heavy winter downpour makes driving treacherous on the Trans-Canada Highway.
She's coming down good. Got a little hard, it's raining here.
When the rain comes down, the roads get covered with puddles. It makes them very slippery.
The torrential rainstorm
The road's wet and it's really slick.
as truck driver Michelle Stevens
You have a mindset of anything's gonna happen.
watching for trouble.
It's Mother Nature. She'll throw it all at you. Wind, rain, fog, zero visibility, and you've got to be prepared for that.
Heading west into the valley,
Cops have the highway shut down Hammer Lane. 2 clicks before hurling.
traffic slows down for flashing lights.
A bad accident. You're down to the shoulder.
A small car is off the road.
Looks like it rolled over a few times.
The serious crash
They've already hauled it that way.
has police on scene.
As the vehicle was coming around the bend, it hit some standing water.
The lone occupant is en route to hospital.
It was bad news for the driver.
You know if the guy's all right? Don't know. They said Mission 20 was on the way.
Minutes away,
We're off to a rollover vehicle, Highway 1 eastbound.
Mission Towing's Steve White
You never know what you're coming into until you get there.
has been dispatched by company owner Ken DeParent.
Steve's been around for quite a while with us. He's well experienced.
Yeah, just past that wreck. It's not pretty.
When Steve arrives, he gets his first look
Holy crap.
at the wreck.
Never like seeing stuff like this. Devastating.
I'm in shock.
There's not much left of this car.
I hope that guy's all right.
On the Highway Thru Hell, closure is not an option.
Hey, what's going on here going west?
On Highway 1 in the Fraser Valley,
Bad accident.
a serious crash
Boy, he hit that tree hard. Ouch.
has Mission Towing
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this.
in the middle of a heavy rainstorm.
It's just like black ice. You can't see it, and away you go.
The driver hydroplaned across a pool of water,
The driver suffered some serious injuries.
then crawled out of the car before being rushed to hospital.
What do we got? There's nothing left of this car.
Now Steve White must remove the wreck
Surprised anybody lived out of it.
with junior operator Jordan Naylor.
I'm gonna winch it over to this way
Okay.
and then winch it up.
This is a bad one.
He's a young fella. He's out learning the ropes.
I mean, the whole car's actually bent. I've never seen that before. It's a mangled mess. It's definitely overwhelming.
Working off a deck truck,
Obviously, anything like this, you want to try to get it on his tires first, right?
Steve will use the recovery to train Jordan.
Show him a few pointers on how to do a rollover.
Those ain't gonna cut it.
No?
Oh, need my big chain.
Steve's a great teacher. Seeing this is definitely an eye-opener for me.
The impact was so severe,
Grab the chain.
finding points to hook onto is difficult.
The damage is just beyond belief.
Yeah.
Fighting through the branches and the rain,
Wrap around suspension?
Yeah.
Steve locates 2 places to rig onto,
There we are.
but
Okay, just bring me the hook.
has only one line
Perfect.
to maneuver the wreck
All right.
out of the brush.
Top out of the way, we're gonna roll her. We hope.
With a flat deck, you have a single winch line on your truck.
It's good to go.
Racing to get off the rain-soaked highway,
Let's bring her over.
Steve takes the controls.
The idea is to guide it the right way.
And soon the car
Hey, watch yourself.
is on its wheels.
There we are.
To fast forward the recovery,
Okay, if I'm gonna pull it right up and out.
Steve hops in the truck to drag it out the rest of the way.
It feels good knowing the 2 of us were able to get this done quickly.
It's a job completed, a job well done.
You open Highway One yet? They're working on it.
But as the mission crew loads the mangled car,
It's been a while since I've seen a car this bad.
thoughts turn to the fate of the young male driver.
I've seen a lot, and not too many people walk away from something like this.
As Steve and Jordan roll out,
I really hope he's all right.
the driver's condition weighs heavy.
That car was really, really mangled.
The driver of this vehicle is in very serious condition, and we're all really hoping that the driver pulls through.
The next day, travelers from the valley to Hope
Yeah, it's all wet, Brady.
brace for another round of winter rain.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about cleaning your headlights down here.
On Highway 1,
You're dealing with washout hazard. It's something that always crosses your mind.
Jamie Davis is concerned about conditions closer to his mountain base.
It rains so hard here, it forms a river and sweeps everything in its path down. You're not living in flatland here. It's a mountain.
Oh my God.
2 years ago, heavy rains triggered a massive mudslide.
Highway One's washed out.
The slide swept across Highway 1,
Isn't that just wild?
burying a semi,
Can you imagine being in that truck?
cutting off traffic for days between Hope and the valley.
Never seen the highway like this before.
We live in a place where Mother Nature rules.
But today,
Every year or two, it starts to act up.
Jamie is wary of another potential disaster. His main yard is right beside the rising Skagit River.
Any flooding, it could take out the shop and everything with it. It's top of my mind what's going to be going on in that river.
At the yard,
Hey, how's it going?
Jamie checks in with lead mechanic Brian Rash.
Oh, okay.
The raging river is now less than 100 feet from Jamie's operation.
We're going to send Brian to have a look at what's going on upriver.
It's just crazy, right across the street from us. The amount of water coming down there is just unbelievable.
Joining Brian on the Scout
It's crazy up there. Oh, yeah.
is Jamie's Irish operator, Greg Mulligan.
The weather, it's been crazy. We get lots of rain in Ireland, but, you know, nothing as heavy as this.
A short drive up the road. Brian and Greg discover a massive washout.
That is crazy.
There's 40-foot trees that have been completely delimbed, debarked, and are laying out in the middle of what used to be the road.
See the carnage up there? Man, oh man. Woo.
Further upstream, the surging river reveals more devastation. And a second washout.
Holy!
That's pretty crazy.
That's completely taken out the road.
Good Lord! I've been here for 16 years. I have never seen it that bad here. Never.
Just the volume of it, it's nuts. The whole road is covered over. There must be about maybe 15 foot deep in debris.
The road has just been completely washed away. I've never seen anything like that before.
That's a hell of a lot of power.
Look at the size of those trees.
Now just a stone's throw from Jamie's yard. The swollen river shows no sign of slowing down.
Ah, that's insane.
That could devastate us. Everything could be gone in a minute in a flash flood.
It's crazy.
It just completely washed away the road, Brian.
In Hope, BC,
That is bloody insane.
a back road near Jamie's yard has disappeared.
The amount of rain we've been having, oh my God.
I've seen washouts, I've seen what they can do. I know what kind of power water's got.
And it's still coming down.
Brian and Greg
Have a look at the size of the trees it's moving down. It's crazy.
survey the devastation.
The Skagit River is raging. You know, it's a monster.
The river is less than 100 feet from Jamie's property.
Such a huge amount of water can flood us right out. It would devastate our whole shop.
With more wet weather in the forecast,
I don't think we're done yet either. I think there's more rain coming.
Jamie's crew can only keep watch on the rising water line.
My place could be the next place where the river runs through.
"300 miles northeast, in the BC interior,
What's it like rolling west out of Golden here? No, they're saying snow. You can see it coming down the mountain, buddy.
it's a busy morning on a critical corridor
Just be careful.
outside Golden, BC.
The terrain there is pretty difficult.
Looks like it could be pretty friggin' slippery.
It's a very brutal environment.
Just after 11 a.m.,
Go westbound, you got a crash right ahead of
reports of a crash
you. Whereabouts? It's about 17 kilometers out of Golden.
bring the Trans-Canada Highway
Oh, geez.
to a crawl.
Jackknifer.
A jackknifed semi has traffic down to one lane.
That's gonna suck to get him out. I call Jamie Davis up.
Minutes later,
The roads are starting to snowpack up. They're getting icy.
new hire Rick Wood responds in HR 126.
It's a high-pressure situation. It's a big job. I'm here to represent Jamie.
We're running two places now, Hope and Golden. When I'm in Hope, I need to be able to count on a really good guy there.
Records just showed up on scene.
Rick arrives and soon discovers the job
How the heck did you do that?
is no ordinary jackknife.
The cab's so damaged.
Yeah.
Already on scene, authorities
See where the position of the culvert is?
Yeah.
walk Rick around the wreck.
I'm gonna have a look at this trailer.
But The most serious problem is at the front end.
It's in a deep ditch. It's jackknifed hard. There is a culvert there with running water through it.
It's going to be interesting.
The tractor trailer was heading north when it lost control, dropped into a deep hole, coming to a stop, jackknifed over the water culvert.
Northbound, you got lights coming behind you guys there.
Thank you.
The driver
Is he all right?
climbed out of the cab unharmed.
It's very slick, and I lost control, hit the curb, and all of a sudden I started spinning. You know, I could see just flying things inside the truck. I totally thought, man, I'm gone.
How much weight do you have on?
59,000.
59? I was going to say 60 grand, so.
Water.
Okay.
It's bottled water. It's a full load, so truck and trailer probably about 112,000 pounds. It's going to be a good pull to get it around.
The water culvert and heavy load is a serious challenge for the 25-ton wrecker.
I don't know if I have enough power here to pull this thing out of where it is.
Is that traffic still alternating there by that accident?
Highway 1 is squeezed down to one lane, so Rick must work fast.
In Golden, this is the only road, east-west. There's no other way.
Oh.
Joining Rick
Jeez.
is Jamie's stepson, Brandon.
I enjoy the recovery side. I love doing wrecks. So I'm really glad to come out and help.
Rick's first priority
What do you think?
is moving the wreck away from the road.
We have traffic officials on scene. They want to get this thing off the road without shutting the road down.
But to keep a lane open, Rick will have to pull the trailer.
But I think I'm going to come back over this way.
From a tough angle.
Hooking in the corner, so I'm more of a direct pull.
Yep.
Well, I don't know how much success I'm going to have without actually shutting the highway down.
Hook it on around the bumper on this side.
There's ice on the road, so we're hoping that this trailer will slide.
So we're gonna run that to here, yeah?
Yep.
Brandon helps rig.
There. Okay, that's good, Brandon.
Pull from the shoulder so we can keep traffic moving.
And Rick lines up HR 126. But as he starts to winch,
Come on, move.
the slick road and heavy load are working against him.
It's just pulling my truck backwards. We're outgunned. This angle is just too heavy for my truck.
Come on.
What's going on west of Golden?
In the BC interior on Highway 1,
You got an accident in front of you, clear driver.
Come on.
a slick highway and severe jackknife
I don't know why this thing's not cooperating with me.
has Rick losing ground.
This is not working.
Unable to block the highway.
I gotta be here.
The tight angle,
but I'm not gonna get there,
is tough to overcome.
I'd like to be a little bit more straight on with the road, but by doing that, we're closing down the highway.
But with orders to keep one lane open,
we're moving slowly
on the main route through Golden.
If I can't do this, I gotta get another truck out of here.
Rick and Brandon need backup.
Unbelievable, man.
It's more than what I can do. I need help to get this wreck out of here.
I'm gonna call Jamie and ask, hey, you see how this thing's in the ditch, eh?
I trust Rick. I trust his judgment.
This is not working the way I want it to.
Hopefully he's gonna get that job done.
Yep, but they want it out of here, out of here.
near Hope. Days of heavy rain have finally eased up.
So it's just basically wet. Feels good.
At the yard,
Well, I guess Sumas is flooded. Well, it's been crazy the last man, yeah.
Jamie Davis is relieved.
We're so lucky, man.
Across the road, the swollen Skagit River came close, but failed to crest its bank beside Jamie's operation.
It's a huge load off our mind. We're really, really lucky.
I'll race you to the bar.
But 60 miles west,
It's wet.
the torrential weather
See the water trailing across the road all over?
is still a threat.
Oh yeah, it's coming down real good.
We got work to do.
From his base in the Fraser Valley,
The good news is you can't get much wetter.
Al Quiring is on his way to a riverside town in trouble.
Today we're going to save local community of Fort Langley. We've got some pretty big rainfalls. The water is flowing with a vengeance. It's of concern to the people that live in the area.
Al winds his Kenworth
Seems kind of odd place for a big old wrecker.
through a quiet neighborhood
There we go.
and up a narrow access road to a pump station.
It's kind of a cool little place here.
The station is on a tributary of the Fraser River, controlling the flow of water to protect thousands of homes from flooding.
There's a lot of people that are relying on this one simple little pump station. It helps keep the water at a manageable level. It keeps the basements dry.
But today,
How you doing, fellas?
the pump station is in danger.
Yeah, logfish.
2 massive logs threaten to slip by protective pilings.
These logs can potentially get jammed up in the pump station, which could cause a failure.
Just 30 minutes south, across the U.S. border, flooding has devastated the town of Sumas, Washington. With water levels rising along the Fraser River,
Hey, you're gonna have to pull that all the way out there.
pump station supervisor Brad Hamill needs the logs removed.
Pretty critical to get him out of here.
And Al
So you just want to pull these ones out here?
has just the tool to do it.
I got it back in there, so watch your toes.
Backing up to the water,
That guy can drive, man.
Big Green is going fishing.
Using a wrecker, we can reach downstream several hundred feet to pull these logs out.
Al extends his boom, and an on-site crew will help with the recovery.
In this case, we have to have the township take care of the rigging because it's hard to be in the boat and run the winch at the same time. I should be all right skipping beside logs.
Al needs the crew
You guys ever watch Roy Rogers?
to lasso each log.
Wrap that cable up about 4 times, put it on, and then choke it.
Before he can wrangle them out of the water.
Cowboy wrap the logs and drag them ashore. If you guys come in and get your bow up against the front, you can use the current to hold you against the log. Well, these guys got a little bit of a fight ahead of them. Hopefully they had their pancakes this morning. There you go.
The first log is secured. Now it's up to Al.
You can only basically see one end of these logs, so the resistance is kind of an unknown. Just keep back in case something happens.
Okay.
Al's boom is fully extended to maximize lifting power.
Okay, get out of there.
This one doesn't jam in there.
the first catch of the day,
Starting to get pretty heavy.
is putting up a fight.
Pretty sure we're gonna snap that cable if I pull much harder. We gotta be careful.
Bare wet, heavy rain.
In BC's Fraser Valley,
That Fraser River is pretty swollen.
I just hope it doesn't jam in there.
Al is in a race with rising waters
Starting to get pretty heavy.
and a fight with a 4,000-pound log.
Pretty sure we're gonna snap that cable if I pull much harder.
If the log escapes, it would be a disaster for a pump station 80 feet away.
If the log gets jammed up in that pump, it's gonna cause flooding to the local residents. I'm just gonna ease up a little bit.
Al adjusts his line to reel in the prized catch.
Here it comes.
And soon,
Okay.
Big Green
A little more.
hauls the log up onto the bank. Revealing its true size.
In the water, they move very easy. But on shore, you can really see that they're quite heavy.
Okay.
But the job is not over.
Now we're gonna go for the big alligator.
Another log, even larger, lurks in the water.
It's definitely waterlogged. They might weigh upwards 10 to 15,000 pounds.
The raft team rigs to the target. And Al runs a line
Yeah, we'll give you a bunch of slack there.
for a serious showdown.
We're gonna pull again there, guys. It might not come out easy.
The crew paddle to safety.
It's a big log. I think it goes way under the water.
Okay, here we go. Okay, watch out.
Oh man.
A little more.
And the massive timber
Oh, just like that.
is no match
Come on, baby.
for the powerful green machine.
The Loch Ness Monster. That's why we get the professionals to do this.
Downstream, the pump station is out of danger, and the community is safe from flooding.
Satisfactory. My family's business is not just based on highway towing.
Totally appreciate everything.
It's built in servicing the community.
Thanks.
So, you bet, thank you. It's a step back through my family's heritage to help our township.
Good job, boys.
So it's cool to do that. Yeah, you bet. Have yourself a good day. That's what good guys do, I guess. Okay, we're heading out.
They opened the road yet? They got single lane alternating.
Near Golden,
This, Murphy, smooth.
a tough recovery on the Trans-Canada Highway
I've got to get this friggin' trailer around.
is testing Rick and Brandon.
It's sitting in a real deep ditch, and the load is too heavy for me to move.
With Jamie in hope, Rick makes the call.
Hey, boss. Yeah, I'm trying to pull it sideways, load lined around through the back of the bumper.
And explains the situation to his new boss.
It's 59,000 pounds of water in the back of it.
Yeah.
I have to get another tow truck out here to help me.
We'll call him then.
Yep, okay, bye.
All right, bye. I'm happy with the decision Rick's making here,
Hopefully get the whole unit out in one, up onto the road.
and it's the right answer.
Earlier today, the semi's cab dropped into a deep culvert and jackknifed the trailer. 30 minutes later, a local wrecker is on scene.
We need a tow truck that has a longer reach capability.
And reaches out to the wreck.
It slides? Whoa!
With its sliding boom.
I've never seen that before. I've never seen a record.
You never seen a slider?
Nope.
That's an NRC slider, 35 ton. You got that extra 8 feet of reach.
That's cool.
He can move his boom into a better position to actually get it out of the ditch.
Rick points out the sensitive issue.
This is our biggest problem here. We got a waterway.
Down in the culvert is a hidden hazard.
We do have a creek bed underneath. We got fuel tanks. We don't want to rupture the tank and get fuel into the creek.
This waterway runs into the Columbia West River. If we puncture these fuel tanks, there's no way to stop this fuel from getting into the river.
This thing has to be dealt with properly. Anything else will lead to disaster.
We're gonna get her done right now.
For the first stage of the recovery, one line from HR 126 will act as an anchor, while 2 lines from the slider will lift the tractor away from the culvert, then straighten the semi.
Run line?
Here, I'll give you a hand. It's easier with 2 guys.
Brandon and Rick start to rig.
We're gonna have to get it going and take care of the situation.
You got those belts?
We have both wreckers working together to make sure the truck all comes out in one piece.
But hooking up to the front of the wreck
I can help you rig up if you need extra hand.
poses a new problem.
The moose bumper's been compromised, it's bent. We have to go around the front of the truck, lift the truck up.
There's a lot of challenges to hooking up to this thing. The bumper's damaged on the front of the truck.
Rick and Brandon
Go underneath the spring, pull it right back through again.
work around the bad bumper
And then we just run it through underneath and up through here.
to solid points.
We were underneath the truck, hooking it up into the frame area where we can lift it.
That's right up over top. Okay, there you go.
With lines secured to the tractor,
Go ahead, I'm clear.
the extraction begins.
Watch yourself.
And all eyes
Just watch that, don't let go.
are locked on the fuel tanks.
We cannot have a big fuel spill happening here.
Let's go.
Oh, there goes the bumper.
It might hold and it might not. Hey! Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it!
They were pulling a rig out of the ditch just east of the scale.
How's that tank look on that side?
Near Golden, BC,
Just watch that, don't let go.
a wreck above a water culvert
We cannot damage the fuel tanks.
is at a critical moment.
They need to do this without wrecking the tanks and without spilling fuel.
I'm responsible for it. I don't want to see a disaster happen.
The recovery
This side, your foot off the ground.
is in the hands of Rick
I'm gonna come around there and watch.
And I'll let you know on this side.
Yeah, okay.
and Brandon.
My main concern is if anything is leaking, first things first is alert everyone of that.
Watch those lines, eh?
Working with a local wrecker,
There you go.
the cab rises out of the deep hole.
We're lifting the truck straight up. The truck is twisting and getting hopefully back into its position where it should be.
Okay, we're right clear off the ground.
All right, let's get her out.
Give about another 2 feet and we're on the ledge.
Wow, look at that.
Okay, that's good.
The tractor is out of the culvert
Nicely done.
with the fuel tanks intact.
We didn't cause any sort of damage, no leaks.
Okay, hold it a sec.
Now working in the dark,
So let's see if I can do something now.
the job's not over.
We have it straightened out now, but the fuel tanks are still on the ground. We're not out of this yet.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna grab the front end, I'm gonna bring it right around to here.
And Highway 1
We got 1 lane traffic.
is still moving at a crawl.
The Golden area has heavy traffic volumes. The pressure's on us. Rick really needs to shine here right now.
Put it on the far one.
But no one knows how much more strain the cab can take.
It might tear the bumper off, but I don't know.
The bumper's mangled very badly. Hopefully, we can get it out of here without causing any more problems.
Back at the controls of HR 126, Rick starts to winch.
Suck it in a bit.
I'm keeping my eyes on it to make sure it doesn't slide into the ditch.
Perfect.
And Rick
I'm shocked that bumper hasn't come off of there yet.
gets it done. And the bumper
I was waiting for it to go flying over the top of the truck.
remains attached.
We have this thing out of the ditch, sitting on the road. Now it's a matter of getting it off the highway.
Rick moves the cab out of the way. And another tractor arrives
Hook up that trailer and get him out of here.
to haul the trailer away.
It feels like a win situation for us.
Rick's doing really well at this job, and we work really well together.
Appreciate your help. Have a good night, bud. Stay safe.
Brandon and Rick, they're doing a good job.
Ready to rock and roll here.
We're getting the results, and that's what matters here.
I am so waterlogged. I think I weighed 50 pounds more than I did when I started.
They're picking up the pylons and opening up the road there.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Safe travel. Went all through the canyon.
Back in Hope,
Where are you using cord?
Fired up, let's get going.
Jamie gets a late night call and fires up the 45-ton General.
After major rainfalls, things happen. There's always the mud and wet road conditions.
Look at that, the rain stops.
Heading west towards Chilliwack.
Fellow needs a recovery. Apparently he needs a winch out.
The job is up a dark and slippery road.
It's a curvy road. There's mud and weird angles.
Look at this corner here. It's a hairpin curve.
Jamie's been called in after another company couldn't get it done.
Another truck's been up here already trying to pull this guy out.
Half a mile up the road,
There he is.
Jamie arrives.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
What's happening?
Hauling furniture up the mountain, the driver caught an edge and is now in danger.
It's just like half a feet away from rollover.
Yeah.
The 10-ton truck is on the edge of an unpaved driveway and threatening to roll. On one side,
Stuck in the mud.
Okay.
the truck's tires
The driveway is extremely muddy.
are sinking.
It was just like inches away from the ditch.
I see that. I see that.
And the delivery crew
It was a bad choice, trying to go up.
has been waiting in the dark for hours.
It's Friday. I'm just waiting to go home.
How much weight do you think you have?
More than 2,000 pounds.
Okay.
The unit has some weight in it.
Jamie gets a closer look
So we can put a hook in here and here,
and comes up with a plan.
and then I'll pull the front end over like this, and then the back end over. Okay, I'll come up.
With 2 lines from the General, Jamie will rig to the truck's wheels and winch the unit sideways away from the edge. The tight space and unstable ground
We should put the brakes on and in gear.
is another reason to pull from the side.
Doing a tailboard pull and pulling that thing backwards could just settle into the point where it wants to flip. The only answer to this job here is really to do a full complete side pull by the wheels.
Jamie rigs heavy chains
The wheel's the strongest part.
to the truck's rims
The rims are made of good 3/8 metal.
and starts to winch.
It's at the edge where it could flip over.
I gotta gotta be careful. Maybe. Yeah.
On a back road west of Hope,
I gotta be careful. There's lots of weight.
a truck on the brink
Even if something slips out.
is in the hands of Jamie Davis.
Maybe.
It's at the edge where it could flip over. We don't want that to happen.
Pulling from the side, Jamie tries to slide the delivery truck away from disaster.
You have to be careful about how much pull you put on either side.
Still not right. It's gotta be right.
Jamie pauses
I have to switch it the other way.
Okay.
to check if the rigging is still solid.
You don't want to get halfway through a pull and a chain comes off.
That's better.
Maybe the thing wobbles and goes over.
Okay, I think we're good.
With the anxious driver standing by,
Okay, here we go.
the truck
It's coming.
inches away from the muddy bank and onto solid ground.
That's magical.
Oh yeah, you good now, eh?
The customers are happy and we want them to be happy.
I can't believe it. It was like this for him.
And in the spirit of the season,
Okay, I'll undo it then.
Jamie has more good news for the customer.
I've enjoyed doing the job for them.
You know, I'll tell you what, today is lucky day. And no charge. Okay? That's Christmas present early.
Oh my God.
All right?
That's a shock. Thank you.
Yeah.
How about the good?
These guys seem to be really hardworking guys and had a bad day.
I want to hug you, man. Seriously. This in my life.
It's good vibrations once in a while.
See you, boys. Have a good night. All right. Take it easy.
With the delivery crew on their way,
That was fun.
Jamie walks away with a gift of his own.
I'm just feeling so great right now. I think they made me happier than I made them. I can't believe that he grabbed me and hugged me.
I'm having a great day.
After days of heavy rain, from Hope
At least it stopped raining down here for now.
to the Fraser Valley,
They're just cleaning up some of the crap up there.
washed out roads are under repair.
The road crews around here are awesome. They work all night long on these big rainstorms. And they're on top of it.
From a big storm to clear skies.
2 nights ago, during another downpour, a car hydroplaned off Highway 1. And the wreck was recovered by Mission Towing.
Not too many people walk away from something like this.
The young driver was rushed to hospital in grave condition.
We don't even know whether he's gonna make it.
Today, weeks after the crash,
Oh, really? Okay.
Ken DePerrin receives a welcome update.
We've had good news about this accident that happened on the freeway.
Back behind the wheel, 22-year-old Elijah John
When it happened, it was so scary.
is on the same highway that nearly claimed his life.
I was just shocked.
Now, after the miraculous survival, Elijah is about to become a father.
When the accident happened, my girlfriend was actually pregnant. So I can't even explain how grateful I feel.
This young fella, he's really lucky. When you find out that the person's made it, you feel good about it. And it just lifts everybody's spirits.
Despite it being a bump in the road, I'm glad I can still keep driving it.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell.
Holy crap.
Double trouble.
It's done. She's rough.
2 wrecks.
This thing is mangled.
On 1 road.
It's gonna be a problem.
Test team reliable.
We ain't gonna be out of here before dark.
A beast of a load. Come on. Locks horns with Brian.
Oh, jeez.
And a nasty battle scar.
All right.
For Jamie.
Blood, sweat, and tears.